everyone. Today we'll explore about Amazon Bedrock. It's like we spoke before. All the major cloud platforms have been providing us better ways to use generative AI, and making trying their best to give us like a low code, no code platforms where we can try to understand how the models work, right? So we have worked before with what Google Vertex AI, and we understood what generative AI is and what is prompt engineering and all of that. So we will just tap into how Amazon Bedrock, how Amazon is contributing to this, to generative AI, and how they're providing all the data, like for us, like all the components and all these services for us. So the main aspect here is Amazon Bedrock, which is similar to what Vertex AI is for GCP. Amazon Bedrock is for AWS services. But Amazon also has a lot of other components included, like Amazon Q and etc., where they use generative AI and build many applications and all of that. So we'll just tap into how Amazon Bedrock works, and you can see what are the, what are the available models that they have, and how to request access to them and all of that, right? So it's basically, um, since we've already learned about Vertex AI, we'll focus on Amazon Bedrock's like architecture, components, how to use them, and all of that. So, starting with a basic definition of what Amazon Bedrock is, it's a fully managed, basically, it's like a AWS service providing platform where it's easy to access not just their own foundational models, but also other third party foundational models. Not yet, Umesh. I'll get to that. Right? Other foundational models. So it basically is a good platform where, even be it if you're a developer or a business analyst or a marketing person, anybody, you can choose your own way, own path of how to build models using Amazon Bedrock, and you can even quickly deploy AI driven applications without having to worry about more complex coding and infrastructure. Um, Today, it won't be completely like a deep platform, like a deep understanding, but a slight tap in on how Amazon Bedrock looks like, what are the platform, what are the applications that they're providing, and all of that. Right? If you have seen the so basically Amazon provides a free tier platform. If you're uh, if you're new to Amazon, or if you're already having existing account or anything, Amazon Bedrock offers a free tier platform for a couple of, for some extent, where you can try to explore all of these models and all of this. You can, if you have gone through the Vertex AI platform, and if you've tried to work on it, trying to use this platform would not be very hard to you, because you're already like familiar with how the playground works and all of that. So let's start with the additional, like, generative AI aspects of what AWS is providing, right? So once you like enter into it, you can see that you can like they're advertising a lot of applications and a lot of AI tools that they have built. And mostly, they have Amazon Q, which is basically like an AI assistant that you can enable. um, and then they have Amazon Bedrock, where you can find all the applications, LLMs, foundational models, and generative AI tools. This is what we'll be mostly focusing on. SageMaker was there from before, but they have just added generative AI to it, where you can try to build auto ml and all of that using sagemaker. It was there before generative AI also, for as their ml platform, which they have improvised with generative AI. So Amazon Nova is also one of their foundational models, foundation models, which is mostly used for agents and like creating agents and all of that. And they are looking at AI, infrastructure and data foundation, almost similar to how Google is providing, but like they are providing a better aspect of where the AI has been used, how you can work with it, all the use cases like chatbots and virtual assistants, conversational analytics, where you can detect sentiments, key topics, and look, so all of these kind of stuff, like recommendation systems and all of that. Now they are also advertising that you can create assistants very easily. So they're providing a lot of use cases that you can click on and try to explore more about it. So so basically they have a lot of case studies that you can go through and all of that. So this felt pretty good, for like good to understand how Amazon Bedrock has been providing its tools, and its how is it contributing as a platform. um, but we will mostly focus on what Amazon Bedrock is giving us. But you can open, have a free tier account, and explore all of this. This is also working. This is also being one of the leading model. They do have like a lot of leading models, like from Anthropic, Mistral, similar to like how Microsoft and Google has. So if you're somebody who's already into AWS and who has a knowledge of AWS and wants to like tap into generative AI through AWS, you can just use this platform, so that you will be able to understand its infrastructure more better, because you'll already be well versed with it, and then you can jump into Google or Microsoft, right? So you can even use it for those cases. So let's actually try to look at how Amazon Bedrock works. Okay. So it you like I mentioned before, if you have seen how Vertex AI has been working, like Vertex AI works, this shouldn't be a huge problem, because again it's similar to how Vertex AI is. Like, first they give an overview, or who are the providers, and what is the what are the model catalog, basically what models they have, marketplace deployments, what kind of deployments they do, prompt routers, and like the custom models that they have for playgrounds, how we had for in Vertex AI also, like vision and text and all of that. They have similar ways, and builder tools like agents, flows, knowledge bases, same, almost the same thing, like management and all of that. So even if you're well versed with one of the cloud platforms, when they're providing these models and these components, you should be able to cover within the other two platforms also. So let's go one by one and see how they work, right? So yeah, first good thing is Amazon provides a free tier aspect, where once you when if your like email is new, if you're able to create a new account, I think they do have free tier, you can access all of this for free for certain aspect, and then it will go to the pay as you go format. Um, so that's like an overview. So now we'll go to understand what models that they have and all of that, right? So you can see that they actually do have focus more on Anthropic. They have Amazon Noah. and they have Meta Llama models and all of this. Actually, initially, like when I started Amazon Bedrock, the builder tools were not yet incorporated, but but they had third party models already existing. So I think I saw third party models first in Amazon Bedrock, and then in Google, I guess. I'm not completely sure. I don't know if I'm right too, but like that's how I went. uh, and it was very useful for me to start with Amazon Bedrock, because I, as a developer, I'm a person where I do not like a lot of coding, but that doesn't mean that, like, I that I don't want the authority to, like, fine tune them or make changes by myself and all of that. So starting with Amazon Bedrock actually had me get started with started with generative AI much better, like as a developer, in a developer perspective, because with Amazon Bedrock you can create, you can use LangChain models like any other cloud platforms also. But I felt Amazon Bedrock was easier in developer perspective, but things might have changed. Like I mostly work right now with Microsoft and Google, and they have, like I mentioned before, right, like day to day there are a lot of changes that all the major cloud companies are going through with generative AI. So make sure you explore, tap into what all the cloud platforms are doing. If you're even well versed with one of them, just start digging in that particular platform and jump into the other two, as and when required, right? So what are foundational models? Like we spoke before, they are basically powerful pre-trained AI models, which are accessible directly through Bedrock. Like for example, for Amazon, foundational models would be their own, like the Titan models, like similar to how, Google will have Gemini and all of that, right? So basically, in spite of having their own foundational models, native foundational models, they also have good models from Anthropic, Cohere, and Mistral AI, and stable diffusion, etc., which we will see the whole list of models that they provide. So they have provided playgrounds of chat and text, where you can generate text and generate chat and text according to, however you want to, according to your prompts. And they also have the image and video models that you can try. And they have certain builder tools called for prompt management, knowledge bases, like for RAG architecture, where you can add the knowledge base, you can add your files, etc. They have agents, like similar to Agent Builder. They also have builder tools called agents, and they have flows, which I like. If we can understand these three first, we can go to flows. But currently, I don't haven't used them before. But like flows is also something. It's basically like how to test and deploy these Gen AI applications, right? So they have foundation models. They have like different kinds of foundational models, where they have fine tuned models with, custom data, where you need less training time. And it basically it to improve model performance, you just need less training time. And they have continued pre-training, because these models, basically, whatever the existing large language models, you can add your own data, and improvise them to end-to-end task models, if you want to, like, uh, develop something on your own. and they have prompt routers, basically something related to prompt engineering also, where you can use the foundation models for like to achieve better performance and all of that. And they have like imported models like I mentioned before. And you can also like after these models have been created, you can also use Amazon SageMaker to basically orchestrate the entire training and all of that. And you can also use analytics to get the data from whatever, like get the data from conversations and analyze on your own, right? So there are a lot of things that Amazon provides, and they have been adding a lot, like on a day by day basis. But you can see that even as a cloud platform, they are not they're not behind or something, but the only problem that I see with Amazon Bedrock is it's a little confused compared to compared to Microsoft or Google. Like I feel like they're still adding up a lot of things, but it feels a little messier. And how they present the models, how they're presenting their platform. But it's still a very good start if you're already into Amazon Bedrock, right? Like Amazon services. So you can just tap into Amazon Bedrock so that you will understand how to use it better, and then you can jump into um, Vertex AI or even Microsoft, right? So let's see the model catalog. So here you can see that they have provided us with DeepSeek, Anthropic, Nova Pro. All of these, they have these as the main the main models from third party. Like actually from all the cloud platforms that I have worked with, the one good thing about Amazon that I saw is their adaptation to third party models. Like once they have gotten the third party, like once they any company releases the third party models, I have seen more third party foundation models in Amazon Bedrock compared to Vertex AI and Vertex AI and Microsoft. And it's also easier to request for the models through Amazon Bedrock compared to those both. But if you're using foundational models, I think any of those three should be good. But one good thing I've seen here is available to access, like available to request and access those models is a little better in Amazon Bedrock, because I just have to click on request access and it will provide me some dialog boxes which I have to accept, and within few minutes I will be able to get it. But Anthropic is asking for a company name and all of that, which we can try to figure it out. But like it comparatively it is easier in this platform, right? And you can see much high like much variety of third party models that are like um uh, compared to Vertex AI and Microsoft, right? So you can see that. So these are the models that they're providing us. We can use any of these models depending upon the access. So how to request access is also pretty easy. So they have a model access. So if you want to click on anything, I think it should pop up. Uh, it should pop up somewhere. Or like even if you just click on it, I think it should go to the, yeah, it'll go to the catalog. Okay. And you can just click on, I think you can click on request to access. Let me, Yeah, I think here is what, here is how I have, yeah, yeah. So when you go to overview, right? So you can see this this thing called request model access. So if you click on it, you can go to the whole list of models that they provide, and you can go ahead, and it shows if it's available to request or not. So you can just like tap on it. um, yeah, so you can just tap on it, so it'll basically like so whichever model that you want, you can just select like this. um but I think Claude has some some additional information that you need to provide, but let us try, right? So if you can just tap on it, and then you can add whichever request that you want, and then you can just click next. Yeah, for Anthropic, it does ask a certain number, a certain information, and I think if you provide, it should be okay. But so currently, I think I did access before, but I think the access is gone at this point. But yeah, like when one, so if you provide the details accordingly, it will like you know it will provide you the access. If you want to just do a quick try, you can try any of the any of these foundational native foundational models, or any of the ones which does not need additional information for access. You can just click, and it will basically provide you like a dialog box that is shown before. And if you click on it, within like few minutes, or like maximum a few hours, you should be able to get the access, right? Basically just enabling your IAM permissions and whatever is required for it. So they do have they do have aspects where you can fine tune the models, and all of that. So basically you can provide label data, and then you can train the model, and you can improve its performance and all of that. You can even give unlabeled data, and like familiarize with certain types of inputs and all of that too. So usually I work with continued pre-training models, or like fine-tuning models, mostly continued pre-training models, where you can use the unlabeled data, like any kind of data like PDFs and all of that, and train the foundational models, right? We are not going completely deep into it. I'm just explaining the and like basically the terms that they are using at this point. But it's similar to how we use RAG architectures or knowledge bases in Vertex AI, right? So they do have a couple of additional aspects, like you can import your models, you can create like custom models, and you can do all of that from so you can perform a certain tasks, which I don't want to dig deep into because it will take a lot of time for you to understand that. So let's just like try to analyze how the Bedrock get used to how the Bedrock platform looks like and how it's working. If you're familiar with AWS, you should be able to understand the UI and the structure of it. But then just familiarizing with the whole Amazon Bedrock, right? Like how it works and what it has and all of that. So let's see what prompt routers are, right? So basically, these are like, um, trying, basically how it works is, it is related to prompt engineering, how you can make your data, make your the outputs, basically the results that the agent provides, how to make them better by routing is what basically it works as, right? So this is basically again to a point where you can have the prompt engineering and see how it works and all of that. So let's see how it. Okay, so we don't have access. For some reason, the access is not working for this, but let's just get back to the playgrounds and see which we can work with. Okay, so you can just request access to whatever the models required according to that. So currently I have access to Mistral. So let's see if I can. Yeah, I think I had access to the legacy ones before. So okay, let's. So it's that, like, it's basically the similar way how it works, but then you can choose from a lot of models that they're providing, and then you can just click on each model and try to see how it works, right? So similar to the playgrounds that we have seen in Vertex AI, it's similar to that. So like, let's see how it. uh, I think it's basically like how we I mentioned in before class, right? So there are like n number of generative AI models, and you just have to understand which model is better for your use case and how it's working. And when you adjust the temperatures and top keys and all of this, how it is providing you the answers. So all of this is what is important. So what we are trying to make you understand is like trying to make you familiarize with all, Google's generative AI contribution, AWS generative AI contribution. We are trying to work our best to get the Microsoft's also. It's just a little harder to tap into Microsoft's because it needs licenses. It does not directly provide us free tier platform. So so we are trying our best to work on that. But what we're trying to make you understand is it's just not Google, but like AWS, like Microsoft and Google, all are providing us good low code no code tools where you can understand these what are these generative models doing before you want to deploy them somewhere, right? Again, anywhere, it's always prompt engineering that is very important. So it's working in the similar ways like how we saw the before models. Like it's a type of artificial intelligence which can create new content. And then it's giving us an analogy of, imagine you have a robot that can paint pictures, write stories, and all of that. But if we haven't provided the persona like 10 years old kid, it would have just given us a normal, you know, a normal way of just a normal definition of what generative AI is. We have seen this before, so yeah. So see, it's just provided like a basic definition, right? So we can adjust our temperatures, like temperatures, and top P basically works on providing randomness and like how diverse you want the answers to be and how random you want the answers to be. So you can just adjust these and try to run them and all of that also. And what the response length is. Stop sequences are basically something that you don't want the generative AI to uh, to utter, right? Like basically it should not tell certain sequences, tell certain words, so you can add them also. So yeah, it's similar to how the other playgrounds work. So you can see the chat and image playground also. I have Okay, so let's just go with the normal one. Yeah, it has become legacy. So let's just start with this. Right? So we have like we are using a generative image one. Basically, let's see. So basically, generate images. I need an image that shows the entire New York City in space. So you know how it works, right? I'm just trying to just show that how these models are working. It's almost similar to how Vertex AI works and all of that, but just trying to like show how it works, just trying to get you used to Amazon Bedrock also. So let's see if it takes time. Yeah. So it's just provided us a, like, because our prompt was very small, it just provided us a couple of images, uh, and like this is how it's looking. It's fine, it's not so bad, but let's see if we can improve our prompt, and let's see how it works. Let's go with a storyline. Let's say, it's still not, might not give much um, variation because our prompt is too small. But let's see if it does a good job. So it has tried something. not bad, but it's still not under. Probably our prompt might be the problem, but you can see that it is trying to add space elements and all of that, but seems like it is not. The understanding of it might be a little lower compared to what we saw in Vertex AI, or like OpenAI playgrounds, right? So yeah, so but we can still see that it has added some space aspects, like it has added jewelry that related to space, like stars and all of that. And you can see the outfits are also related to space and stars and all of that. So it has given us the idea. Probably if we improve our prompts, it will provide us much better aspects. But yeah, like similar to what they, so what actions they're providing is basically like you can generate variations, you can remove objects from a, like from an image, or you can replace objects, or you can replace play backgrounds and all of that. So you can go ahead and like play with it, use the playground, try to improvise your prompts and see if does a better job and all of that, right? So coming to builder tools, so we have something similar to agent builder that we provide, that GCP is providing. So it is similar to how how the agents have been created. Here also you can see some where you can test the agent and all of that. So let's just click on this, right? So basically here they have a different like a little, see it also has something called agent builder. So here basically it's like pretty similar to how we see in Vertex AI, but few things are like the wordings might change, right? Because after saving, you need to prepare the agent and all of that. It might not like sound similar to how Vertex AI like has, but like you can still understand, right? Basically, you provide the name, you provide the description of the agent, and what so basically they do have like resource roles, which you need not have to worry about, like because if you just click on create and use a a new service role, it'll do that. Um, so and then you can select the models. They do offer limited models, if I'm not wrong, for agent building. Yeah, so they do have models from Anthropic, which needs additional like information to request access. But under Amazon, they have Nova and the Titan one. So that currently, I do have only access to the Titan model, which is what I have added here. And so I have given instructions similar to how we saw in Vertex AI. So this is like a very basic thing, so I haven't added any kind of knowledge base or anything. It's just to showcase how the console looks while creating an agent. But I just added a certain instructions of how greet the users with your name, and add Bengaluru slang. Like I'm just trying to like create some small things. So I've provided some examples, so I'll show you the different, like I cannot stress more like how important prompt engineering is. So I just added Bengaluru slang to, like, if I just put that, it does not quite understand. Let's like actually see it. So right now if I remove this, uh, and then if I like save the data, save it and prepare it, so it's just giving like, hi, I'm a Bangalore bot, how can I help you, and all of that, right? It will not give us any data because it does not have anything, but just trying to make you understand how it works. So how it's like basically giving, I can help you with variety of tasks, all of this, right? So, but if I provide some description, like if I provide some additional examples here, right, the way it talks change. See, it has changed its name. Uh, okay, probably, okay, I didn't prepare it, I guess. Okay, okay. It did work before, but I don't know. Uh, okay, I think there should be some problem. Okay, okay, let's see what's the problem. So it has changed. It's trying to give us something that, yeah. See, the way that it's talking has changed now. I think there should be some problem before. But like, how if I say hi Guru, how can I help and all of that, and then if I ask like, what can you help me with? It says I can help you with a lot of things, Macha. What do you help? This is how, like, the Bangalore accent work. Like we have all also given examples also, right? So let's see if it is able to provide us. Okay, it's again gone. I think when you're asking a question and it's not able to get from the knowledge base, it's not able to understand what to do. So probably that's where it's like, getting that glitch. But you understand, right? Like how we can modify our the way that the AI talks according to the examples and the prompt that we provide. But yes, similar, the main context is like we can provide instructions similar to how we used to do in Vertex AI. And then they do have additional settings. If we need code interpreters, we can add that. We can add user input. Basically, whether the agent, like, if basically if the user has asked something, and if the agent does not have enough information, can it ask more questions? So you can enable or disable that. um, so basically, and then, okay, let me see if it disable, what happens. We can work on that. So they do have, like, what is the session timeout, like how much time, um if the agent is idle for what number of minutes, if like, if the user is not typing anything, so the whole session becomes like timeout. So you can use all of that also. And the memory is basically like, so like, it can basically hold like previous data. Like, for example, it can retain the conversational context so that the next question will be answered better. So they have given that as a separate basis basically. So and they have provide only a certain model support them. So they do have like an entire page of which models support and all of that. I think the native models does not support, but I've seen Claude and Llama models get like supporting. So no, no. Okay, yeah. A certain models, like a certain models from Claude and Llama were working. So except I think like you can it they have also showed that except these both you can use any of the models, but we do not have the other models enabled. So yeah, currently, like, we can just like understand what memory is. Basically it retains previous conversation context and all of that, so that it can provide better answers, and it can recall the past and how it was behaving, so that if uh, the user comes and asks the questions again, it can just remember from the past and continue the conversation. Knowledge base is similar to how we did before. It's basically like adding your own PDFs and adding your own data. And how it works also has, like, if you have knowledge bases before, it'll provide us here. If it's not, then we just have to go here. And how it works, basically you can create a knowledge base and you test knowledge base and you use the knowledge base. So it's similar to how it works. They do have vector store basically is a database that they can provide, or you can do it with structured data store or Kenra Gen AI index. So these are the couple of options that they're providing, and you can go ahead and click on one of them and try to set up the knowledge base. So it is similar to how the others like the other, how the Vertex AI works, but I felt Vertex AI's was much easier to understand compared to this. But you can also like try in the same way, right? And again, in the same way how prompt engineering works, and they have provided small snippets in every option, that like every component that they were providing, of like how it works and all of that. So basically we can create prompts similar to how it, how we do before, and we create all of these prompts and all of that, right? So there are additional components which I don't want to get into at this point. But the most important thing, the main agenda and most important thing that we are trying to help here is, it's just not related to one platform, but if you go ahead and explore in all the services, like Google Cloud Platform, Amazon Bedrock, or Microsoft Copilot Studio. So all of these major cloud platforms have been providing us better playgrounds and UIs to play with all the third party, like most of the third party, and like most important ones, right? Like Claude or like DeepSeek. So all of this you can use their, you can enable or request access according to how they are how they have like basically prompted you to request the access, and then you can just go ahead and try to work on them. And what more, like basically what these platforms help you with is that they'll have all the third party models at one place. And if you're a developer or a non developer, if you're like getting into technical fields, or if you're already there in technical fields, and if you're trying to indulge into generative AI, and have some knowledge about one of the cloud platforms also, you can just go ahead and explore their offering of generative AI field, like for example here Bedrock. And you can explore the data, you can explore the models, you can compare the models and see how the answers have been provided. And then once you have since like both Google and Amazon provides you the free tier free tier aspect also, you can just go ahead and try to understand how these models work, and from which is easier for you to use those models. For me personally, I felt in Google, if it's something related to Gemini and all of that, that was much easier. But trying to access third party models was a little bit harder. But I felt Amazon Bedrock was easier if you're like a developer perspective, and if you want to access outside models, right? So that's up to you. Like you have to do the trade-offs, and try to understand which cloud is easier for you, how to understand the usage of the platforms, and how to get on with it, right? So Amazon also is providing something related to this, and they do have model catalogs and a number of third party models. You can also see Amazon providing Amazon updating their models rapidly, depending on the release of new models. And you can just try to try to analyze them, use these playgrounds like chat, text or image in video playgrounds, and try to see how the model works and all of that. So this is like an attempt from us to make you understand how Amazon Bedrock has been provided. But if at all, if there's interest from your side, we can try to add a few more classes on Amazon Bedrock also. Yeah, so that's all from my side. Today, I think it's been a little short than before, like than usual, but this is just like like the informative class of how Amazon Bedrock works, and what is the how does the model look like, and like how does the models work, and how does the UI and console of Amazon Bedrock works, and all of that. Right? Yes. Thank you. If there's any questions, I can take. Feel free to shoot. Any questions? Okay. If you guys are interested, you can look into their how generative AI, how Amazon AWS is working on generative AI, and all of that. Their articles are very interesting. You can go and look into it. They have listed all the products on generative AI, and how to like connect with the Amazon services that they provide, all the analytics and all of that. Their documentation is pretty strong too, so you can go ahead and look into it. um, and also like go ahead and look into their use cases so that you'll understand much better. And they also have a virtual agent called Amazon Lex, which if anyone interested, we can try to work on that also. uh, but like we can like try to dig into this much deeper depending upon the interest. But yeah, like Amazon also provides uh, things like this.
Hi, Meghana. I have a
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
So, what is the difference between SageMaker and Bedrock? So, with the help of SageMaker, what can I perform, and with the help of a Bedrock, what can I
Uh,
achieve?
So Amazon SageMaker was there way before Bedrock was into picture. So Amazon SageMaker was their initial ML playground, right? So before generative AI, we could establish more ML models like machine learning models and analytics models and prediction models using Amazon SageMaker, where you could where we could analyze the data and predict, do this classification and regression analysis, create pipelines for it and all of that. Amazon Bedrock is solely focused on generative AI aspects. But they do have Amazon Lex, which is also one of the AI chat builder that they have, and they also have agent builder within the Bedrock also. So like Amazon, the whole setup is little confusing, but their documentation helps us understand more better. But yeah, they do have stuff like this, but it's just a little scattered compared to Google and Microsoft Azure. But yeah, the like answering your question, the difference between SageMaker and Bedrock is SageMaker is mostly for pipeline, machine learning pipelines, and prediction analysis and all of that. SageMaker, with a little addition to generative AI also, but the Bedrock is solely for generative AI.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
No problem.
So, in upcoming sessions, will you be able to show how to deploy any of the generative models onto the production, something like that?
In Amazon Bedrock,
Yes, yes.
if
Building
it's
a model.
something, yeah, if it's something that that's like interest, like it's something that it's if you're interested, then we can go ahead and try. Usually I do work with like low code no code platforms, so probably I can make a class where I could show how Amazon Lex works, and all of that. So depending upon the interest, but just like this was an attempt to show that Amazon Bedrock is also a generative AI platform where you can go and tap into their tools if you're already into AWS services. So if you're interested, then we can try for sure.
Yeah, thank you. One end-to-end project deploying on Bedrock
We
through
can try.
Bedrock.
Yeah, I'll talk to Kodandra Garu and see if it's something that's
Okay.
a lot of people asking for, and then we can work on.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Meghana. Actually, Arvind was saying, actually, I was also interested in working on that. So you can count me on this as well.
Okay. Yeah, you can probably like reach out to Kodandra Garu. So if there's like a lot of people looking for it, we can try on that. This is just a tapping onto AWS, but we can try on it.
Oh, okay, Meghana. Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
So the tool, right? So which one? So the Google Vertex AI or Amazon Bedrock. It's
Mhm.
all depends on the client, right? Whatever they would like to use.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
So
So
anything is yeah,
yeah.
anything can be used, but again, it's all like the client what they're using. We can work accordingly. So
Yes.
basically, building of any of the applications, like developing any applications, right? So
Yeah.
we can be using these.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. Almost same because usually they do not like most of the companies not easily migrate off to a different cloud platform just because they have generative AI, right? So all like few companies are focused more on AWS, few on Microsoft Azure, and few on Google. Like we know from before. So they like since all of them are in their research phases, they are trying to work on these, and all the three cloud platforms are providing third party models also. So basically, what they're trying to do is tap into generative AI with already existing infrastructure that they have. For example, if a company is using AWS, then they are tapping into Amazon Bedrock and trying all of this, and then making an attempt to see which cloud platform is better and if they really want it at this point and all of that. So that's so no like extending on that, I just want to tell that it's better if you have knowledge on all the three, because you never know the client's requirements, and they are open to like if there's somebody who's working with if you really know Google GCP really well, and if you have a little bit idea on how AWS works, and that client is working on AWS Bedrock, they're still willing to give a chance, because it's all generative AI in the end. But how well versed are you with the console is what they're looking at. So that's at least how my interviews have gone through. Yeah.
So in reality, do we have, I know like maybe these are new concepts or probably like a few months or probably about a couple of years. So
Hmm.
do we have any full-fledged applications that were developed using these
Yes.
Bedrock or something?
I haven't like before I did have uh, a client who was working on Bedrock, but then they were still into the like research phase. But currently my company is using with Copilot Studio, with Microsoft Azure. But yeah, like like applications, creating applications with any of them is completely possible. Like um, they are creating, all of them leverage have this advantage of leveraging the whole data that they have, and create these RAG applications and try to create better what do you say, like better chatbots that can just provide us the provide us the data according to what we search. So before, if we had like 100 pages document to read by ourselves, now we just need not have to, like according to chunking size and all that we mentioned before, like so according to that we can just have an initiate, basically we can initiate the research process using these chatbots, or like all of these agents are attempt we are attempting to create agents where they do the background process also according to how we provide instructions and how to navigate them and all of that. So yeah, it all depends upon the client and what cloud platform are they preferring at that point.
Okay. So so for the creation of chatbots, right? Like we do have like the develop like usually the chatbot developers and all,
Mm.
right? So do we have option for the non-coders like without having the coding part for the
Yes,
chatbot?
yeah, all the three platforms have been attempting that. AWS is something like I used AWS as a developer, but I definitely know that uh, like uh, uh, basically I definitely know that Microsoft and Google has been providing, and AWS is too, because they have Amazon Lex is also somewhere where you can create agents without having a lot of uh, coding knowledge. But when I used AWS, it was mostly for in a developing way, where I use the models using API, connected all of those models using LangChain and all of that. But I will research on low code, how AWS is leveraging low code. If it's something that a lot of people are asking, we can work on that too. But I am
Okay.
definitely, I definitely like surely they should provide something, because that is a low code no code is something that all the companies are looking at, because a lot of LOBs being having knowledge or like being in technical or non-technical fields are interested to build AI chatbots. So I think it should provide us something for sure.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to KKR Gen AI Innovations channel.